Okay, so ABC mirror match. This is quite similar in the Spiral mirror match where there's certain things you can do to play around hand traps, like cherries. Like if you go first and draw cherries, you might pass your opponent, so you can cherries them and then lock them out of the game. Um, yeah, there's some cool things, but at the same time, it's very reliant on who draws their hand traps and is able to interrupt their opponent and open the combo as well and be able to play out their combo and eradicate their opponent. So it's quite high variance, but I do feel like the person who understands their deck more and who has their deck built correctly with the right ratios will have the advantage.
Okay, so we get to the ABC mirror. The ABC mirror is pretty simple in my opinion. The problem I see there is the die roll matters a lot more as in other mirror matches because Union Hanger is such an important card that you have to get it on board. Which makes it quite interesting in this version of ABC we play now is that all the hand traps you used to play against Spiral are also very good in the mirror match. So it's not that likely that one person will get their buster on field turn 1. And after that, there comes a lot of like thinking, especially in like using your Fairy Dragon especially to clear your opponent's Hanger. You can go into like Castell if you do a crucial Castell on like a part they need, that also helps a lot. You have like cherries to factor into. Like sometimes it can even turn into like the BA style of a mirror match where one person don't want to summon a monster because they want to play around cherries. And as important Union Hanger is, you can only play 6 copies. So also a lot of games tend to go into like if nobody draws in Hanger, it's gonna draw out way much, and more other cards get more important, like Gear Gigant X, for example. If you don't open Hanger, that card puts a lot of pressure on your opponent, and they need to deal with it. It also depends on what versions people play. There's also the true Draco ABC version, for example, which you could say has of advantage in the mirror match still. Well, like while having that, they don't have a lot of hand traps. There's like you can play gadgets. Others play more Ravines and more Destroyers to get their game plan going faster. But the 4000 life const especially is like very scary, and Lightning is still a card, and we have a lot of interactions that you might not expect. If the game goes as planned for one person, then I think it's pretty quickly over because the mirror match can't really deal with a buster. But if nobody gets to summon a buster, it's way more interesting, and also all the non-engine cards interact very well with one another.
The ABC mirror match is quite a strange one to see. Just like if you had, say, 2 Trick Stars on the same table, it's not very likely, and it could be decided by some tech cards that are being played for other matches. So again, the hand traps are very strong, and if somebody's playing Ghost Reaper, typically to try and hit Spiral Helix, it will be clutch in the ABC mirror match as well, because if you're sat there without any busters and you don't have anything else going for you, you are out of that game. There is some that can be done to play around this if you try and wait for your opponent to put some monsters on the board before you summon yours, but at the same time, they could do that and get straight to their Dragon Buster before you know what's happened, you're out of the game. So I think it's a highly swing match in that the player who can resolve their board first is going to be won, but hand traps again are going to be key to the matchup.